Hi, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Crowded Beaker Solves, where we're continuing our series on isotopes. We've learned that all atoms of an element are not the same, and that even all the elements on the periodic table have versions of each other that have different numbers of neutrons, and so they have different atomic weights, and we have to treat them separately and come up with isotope notation for them. And what I'm trying to do with this series and almost every series that I do, I like to word the questions, my prompts, in ways that you will probably see as you do your chemistry homework along the way. It might say, write the isotope notation. It might say how many protons, neutrons, and electrons are in this isotope. Or something like this, where it says, write the isotope notation for an atom, and it doesn't tell us which atom it is, but it tells us that it has 34 protons, 44 neutrons, and 34 electrons. So we have to kind of piece together a puzzle and find out some information in order to do our isotope notation. But I'll show you how to do that, and then you get a chance to try one in just a little bit. So I need an element symbol, and they've told me that it is 34 protons. So I can go ahead and write 34 protons. But I need an element symbol to go next to it. So this is where your periodic table comes in handy, unless you've got it committed to memory, which would be extra nerdy and wonderful. We're not requiring that, so go find a periodic table and hunt around for box number 34. So you hunt around, there it is, and there's our element selenium lurking over there on the right-hand side of the periodic table. So that automatically tells me, when you see protons, that will tell you which element you're dealing with. So let's get the symbol there, selenium there. And it's got 34 electrons, which means it's neutral, so I'm not going to put a charge there. But I have to deal with the 44 neutrons. Now, a common mistake I see a lot is that 44, student will say, 44, that's the number that goes on the top. And it's a good try, but it's not the way it works. It's not how to do it. The number that should go on the top here is the sum of the protons and the neutrons. So 34 plus 44, that's going to equal 78. And that's the number that's going to go on the top. That is the total of protons plus neutrons in this isotope. So you have to do a little addition. Like in the previous example, we had to do a subtraction. Here you have to do a little bit addition. All right, so that's how you'd answer a question something like this. And I have one for you to try. So the prompt here is to write isotope notation for an atom that has 23 protons, 28 neutrons, and 23 electrons. So take a moment and pause the video and grab your periodic table and see if you can do the isotope notation for this one. Okay, if you were able to do it and find out that the element in question, I didn't actually put that in there. Well, we're winging it on the fly today. Turns out 23 protons is going to be the element V for vanadium, and 23 electrons is the same. 23 plus 28 should give me 51. That should go on the top. So if you had that as your isotope notation, sorry for the bad there, then congratulations, you've mastered this type of question on isotope notations. So there you have it, a couple of different variations on a theme. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to send them to me. In the meantime, happy notating, and have a great day.